everyone, good morning. You're watching Market Fatafat on ET now with me, Mubina Kapasi. About the bout of recovery in the markets continues. We have the Nifty and Sensex gaining. Nifty is just at that 11,915 mark. Sensex clocking in triple-digit gains. The mid and the small cap index are as well mostly moving in tandem with benchmarks, and the Nifty Bank is as well gaining in triple digits. So nice bout of recovery that continues today as well in the markets. But Market Fatafat is all about flagging off those individual movers and shakers. And for that, we have with us today Ashish Kyal of Wave Strategy Advisors. And from our research desk, Soumya as well as Pranay join in. Morning everyone, and let's kickstart the show with a BPCL. We did have Moody's that actually flagged off a warning on the potential rating downgrade that may come by for a BPCL on account of the government sale. Remember that BPCL is currently, the subject of divestment. The government plans to divest more than 53% stake in BPCL, which essentially also means a transfer of management control. And that's the reason why Moody's has placed BPCL under review for downgrade over this entire proposed privatization, because we will wait to see as to who is it that's finally going to get management control. They will also be keeping their eye out on the fixed side of the instruments issued by BPCL. However, at this point, completely unperturbed by this review that BPCL is under by Moody's. Stock price is actually gaining 1.3% at 489 rupees. Okay, let's move on, Ashish. Let's talk about the Power Grid, which as well did see some trouble with respect to the entire AGR issue that has come about. However, today, see the way it's rallying. It's in fact at the day's high, 3% higher. What's your view?
See, Power Grid, after forming a low around the zone of 180, showed a very smart recovery on the upside. So there is a possibility we can see short-term pullback towards the level of 194. So one can create long positions here, keeping a stop loss of 180, expecting a target of 194.
Okay, it's a clear-cut buy, target at 194 rupees for a Power Grid. And of course, yet another stellar listing. This time around, it's Ujjivan Small Finance Bank that's thrown up a bounty for all its IPO investors. Soumya?
That's exactly right, Mubina. Stellar listing for Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, attracting interest from all the categories of the investor market. And not just this, the company listed at 57 rupees per share, which is at a premium of about 54% from its issue price of 37 rupees per share. It gained approximately it reached at its peak of around 62 rupees per share. It has cooled off from that level right now, but as we speak, it's still at 55 rupees per share. And at this share price, the valuations for the stock stand at 4.4 times price to book value.
Okay, so that's 47% of gains for Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. Its managing director and CEO Nitin Chugh spoke to ET Now's Neha Tyagi on this blockbuster listing. Listen in.
Yeah, we did expect the IPO to do well, but not to this extent. I mean, we are really overwhelmed and surprised. At the same time, I think we're very thankful to all the category of investors, the institutional investors, the high net worth and the retail, and also our existing shareholders of the holding company.
In terms of the response that you've got from the investors, what would you say were the differentiation points as far as your particular bank goes? What was the reason why do you think the investors have subscribed to your IPO?
I think we have a very good story. It just shows the confidence and also our credibility in the market. But I believe that Ujjivan as an organization stands out amongst the SFB cohort of banks. And in any case, the results that we've been displaying over the last so many years is also, it goes a long way in the confidence building with the investor community.
Sure. So in terms of your offerings also, where does the differentiation lie as far as the competition goes, because it is intense?
See, we are positioning ourselves as a mass market bank, though yes, we started off as a microfinance company. So microfinance continues to be our core forte. But at the same time, because we are very focused on the mass market, we have developed a lot of capabilities to serve the mass market. And that, I believe, because the market itself is pretty large for a lot of players. But I think our differentiation is really the fact that what we stand for, our unrelenting focus on this market, the way we serve our customers, and the way we also make use of technology.
So you mentioned technology, and digital technology has been your forte. So in that sense, what is cooking? What is it that is going to happen that is different from what we've seen so far?
We've been investing in technology and also in digital over a period of time. It wasn't waiting for me to be here. So Ujjivan has always invested in technology, but I think there is a lot of stuff which is cooking right now, like you asked, and I think it's only appropriate that we keep revealing that as and when we are ready to do that. Like most recently, we announced our digital savings and digital fixed deposits.
So going forward, your digital strategy is going to be one of the key offerings from the bank, and huge part of your strategy going forward.
See, digital is going to be an overarching sort of a strategy, but what we believe is that there are things that we want to certainly do for our customers in terms of the interface that we provide to them or the services that we provide to them. But equally important is what we do within the bank, and that is where, again, we have a lot of work going on.
Okay, well, that, of course, was Ujjivan Small Finance Bank speaking to ET now. Let's talk about today's top Nifty gainer, and that's Tata Motors. Pranay, what exactly is the trigger here?
Well, Mobina, the management has said that they're seeing very good response to their models in the domestic market despite the subdued, environment in the auto industry. They are rather confident based on their future models also coming up. For example, they have a premium hatchback launching next month, and they are stuck to their earlier goal of opening up 100, sales outlets in the country to widen their reach and distribution. The inventory also is not that high for them. So after good sales seen in the previous festive season, they are moving very well onto their BS6 plans, and the stock is also rallying ahead of the UK general elections, which will have an outcome for the JLR operations over there. So it's believed that once this political event is out of the way, then we'll have more clarity on the JLR capex and the operations over there. So the stock is rallying ahead of that as well.
Okay, so that's 4.8% of gains now for Tata Motors, and yes, the elections as well will have a huge outcome, a huge implication for Tata Motors, because it would throw up yet another path of what Brexit could take. Okay, L&T Infotech, meantime, is something we'd like to flag off because they've recently held an analyst meet. Now, Citi has come away with very positive takeaways. They have their target price placed at 1855 rupees compared to 1647 right now. They believe that L&T Info is aiming for industry-leading growth, and the positive catalyst watch was based on healthy Q3 growth expectations, and hence they continue to remain pretty optimistic. Not just that, we do have a Motilal Oswal as well speaking on L&T Infotech, as they believe that there's encouraging strength in the deal pipeline, and hence for them as well, L&T Infotech is a thumbs up stock, tad bit cooled off from the day's high, but still sitting on gains of 0.8%. All right, moving on, Ashish, Bajaj Auto, a nice uptick is what we've been seeing in these auto stocks. Would Bajaj Auto be something that you would, prefer amidst your top bets?
Yes, see, Bajaj Auto, if you do the ratio analysis between Bajaj Auto and other auto stocks, it has been drastically outperforming, I would say. It formed a low in the month of August, and since then it has continued to move higher. And right now it is also trading near the previous pivot high. So I think a positive breakout is possible. One can create long positions in Bajaj Auto, taking a stop loss of 3168, expecting a target of around 3398 and probably higher over the medium term perspective.
Okay, that's Bajaj Auto for you. It's actually absolutely flattened out, but nevertheless, Ashish has a buy. And Swami, of course, the big news that was released and was announced by the FM yesterday was with respect to the relaxation and partial credit guarantee scheme. And you particularly flagged off a Magma FinCorp. So why, according to you, would this company stand to benefit the most? Because it's locked as well in upper circuit as we speak.
Well, yes, Mobina, Magma FinCorp, along with it, I believe Avanse Finances and all the small and medium NBFCs with really strong financials stand to gain from this recent relaxation in the partial credit guarantee scheme, which has been announced by the government. And this will particularly help these companies to access to better funds, and this will in fact help them operate their businesses more efficiently. Now with this, this guarantee will be provided for the first loss of up to 10% of their assets purchased, and this will actually help the entire sector in easing up the liquidity concerns and also the funding concerns. Having said that, all the brokerages on the street expect this move is a really positive one, but at the same time, they're really concerned and doubt PSB's appetite to actually take in all the pooled assets of the NBFCs, which we're going to actually see and monitor as we move ahead with this development.
Okay, that's Magma FinCorp, 53 rupees right now. Let's now check in on the RWI small case and see what that one's up to as the markets continue to recover, and it's crossed 11,950 for the 950 for the Nifty. RWI small case is actually absolutely flat, just at 575. So not much of a move seen over there. Welcome back. You're watching Market Fatafat on ET now. And before we, continue with our countdown years, once again, thanking all our viewers for continuing to place your faith in ET now and continuing to keep it at the dominant position among all the other English business news channels, 55% share. So thank you, viewers, for that. Okay, well, let's now continue with our countdown. And Pranay, let's talk about Prakash Industries. Why is that one on our radar?
Well, the company has successfully bid for the Bhaskarpura coal mine, and that comes as a shot in the arm for them because this coal availability is going to substantially enhance their operating margins next year. That's what the management has said in the press release. So they will be executing the coal mine development and the production pact for this one, and that's the news coming in for the stock.
Okay, well, yes, remember that this is the same coal block allocation list that was released by the coal ministry that did not have JSPL and Gare Palma's name in it. Prakash, however, was saved from that exclusion, very much on the list, and hence you are seeing the stock price as well, gain today in trade. And Prakash Industries has announced the confirmation of the allocation, so it's a reason to flag it off today. Okay, let's talk about some more stocks that are on, the brokerage radar. We have Morgan Stanley that has maintained an overweight stance on an Adani ports, and they've placed their target price at 433 rupees. They're seeing that the Mundra port is actually growing faster than the JNPT, and they expect a gradual improvement in trade and forecast volumes. Now, do remember the entire Adani group has been on our radar, of course, not just for this brokerage, positive stance, but also because we did see Qatar investment pumping some money into Adani Transmission's bought over electricity business, and then you had the block deal as well that took place. The entire Adani group has in fact been on a decent winning streak of late, and Adani Ports is gaining 1%. Okay, let's talk about now Infosys. I just would like to address the news as well before I get in a technical view from Ashish, because see the way the stock is actually tanked. The Shaw law firm has announced the filing of a class action lawsuit against Infosys and encourages investors with losses in excess of $50,000 to contact the firm. Now, what the complainant is saying is that Infosys has made false and misleading statements to the market, and that the CEO has skipped standard reviews of large deals to avoid accounting scrutiny. So quite an allegation, and the stock price as well took a sharp knock as soon as the news hit your television screen. So now let me get in a technical perspective. At 7:09, Ashish, what's your view here?
See, Infosys has been finding multiple resistance in the zone of 725. There has been a lot of time, 3 to 4 times an attempt to cross that, but it has failed to do so. So it seems it's going to probably turn back down towards the support level, which comes to around 670 or 680. So my take is probably one can go short here, keeping a strict stop loss of around 726 on the upside, and then expecting a target of around 670.
Okay, so there you have it. That's the word then coming in on Infosys. It's a sell call according to Ashish. And Soumya, what's the latest on L&T?
Well, this heavyweight is gaining more than 1% on back of winning a significant contract from RVNL. Well, this order value somewhere between 1,000 to 2,500 crore rupees, and this clearly is positive as far as L&T is concerned, given the fact that in the current economic slowdown, the companies are actually facing demand issues, but this one definitely shows some amount of positive momentum with the order and contract worth over 1,000 to 2,500 crore rupees.
Okay, 1277 for an L&T. It's remember, it's been a bit of a weak stock. Today it's showing some signs of recovery. Okay, Pranay, Chola Finance as well is something that's touted to benefit on account of the relaxation of the partial credit guarantee scheme. However, we have a QIP as well that we are watching out for.
Well, yes, the management has said that their growth outlook remains modest for the year. While they are seeing good demand, they are pretty careful in their disbursements. But nevertheless, they are looking to garner some growth capital for the next couple of years, for which they are holding a board meeting today. And like you pointed out, they will be considering fundraising via the QIB route. They will also be announcing some dividends. So that's what to watch out for from the board meet of Cholafin today.
Okay, Chola is actually flattened out now, just left with very, very minor gains. HDFC Life is another company that held an analyst meet, and here as well, the takeaways are more or less mixed, because you have Morgan Stanley that's maintained an equal weight with the target at 580 rupees, so that's not very far away from where the stock is currently trading. They believe that this one is one of the best plays in India's insurance story. It's executed a sharp turnaround as well. And technology is something that they've attributed as the key driver of improvement in productivity as well as customer satisfaction. But that equal weight stance, stock price has, well, now it's in the red. To remember, the entire HDFC group stocks have been extremely strong in the last 2 odd months. So, it's taking it a bit easy from there. Okay, and Ashish, a technical view on Cipla?
See, Cipla has managed to give a positive move. It has managed to take out the highs of past 3 candles, which suggests that the overall trend for the day and maybe few days can be positive. So one can create long positions here on it, keeping a stop loss of 444 and expecting a target of 480 on the upside, 481 on the upside.
All right. Well, with that, we'll wrap it up. So, Ashish, Soumya, as well as Pranay, thank you for joining in. Coming up next is Markets at Noon.